What if I told you that right now, your energy, your digestion, and even your brain are being influenced by something you completely ignore every day? And here's the strange part. It's not rare. It's not expensive. Some of it costs less than a cup of coffee. But here's the real question. Why do some people feel stable, focused, and full of energy all day, while others feel tired, heavy, and foggy, even when they eat healthy? And what if the answer is not in what you eat, but in things you already use without realizing it? Because by the end of this video, you might look at your daily habits completely differently. My name is Flory, and welcome to Healthy Body Science. On this channel, we break down how your body actually works in a way that is simple, practical, and usable in real life. And before we continue, if you enjoy learning how your body really functions, you can subscribe. It's completely free, but honestly, it makes a huge difference for me and this project. And today, one of these 5 things might already be affecting your body right now without you noticing it. We're going to go through 5 simple things, but don't underestimate them because each one affects your body in a different way. Some influence your digestion, some influence your brain, and one of them affects your stress response in just a few minutes without you even realizing it. And make sure you stay until the end, because number 1 is not about food at all, and yet it may influence your health more than anything else on this list. As we go through this, I want you to do something very simple. Ask yourself, do I actually have this in my daily life? Because if the answer is yes, or even no, it might explain patterns in your energy you never connected before. And the first one starts with something very simple, but extremely misunderstood. Let's start with vinegar. Now you might think, how can something so simple have any real effect? But inside your body, something very specific happens when you use it with meals. When you consume diluted vinegar, it can slow down how fast food leaves your stomach. But why does that matter? Because it directly changes your blood sugar response. Without this effect, your blood sugar can rise quickly and then drop just as fast. And that drop is often the moment when you feel tired, hungry again, or mentally slow. But with vinegar, the process becomes slower, smoother, more controlled. And here's what most people never realize. This small change in digestion can influence your energy for hours after eating. And that's only the beginning, because the next one is not about digestion at all. It's about your internal balance. Baking soda, one simple compound, but its role inside the body is often misunderstood. Your body is constantly trying to stay in balance, especially when it comes to acidity. And here's the problem. Modern life constantly pushes your system toward acidity. Stress, coffee, processed food, even lack of sleep, so your body has to compensate all the time. Baking soda acts like a buffer. It helps neutralize excess acidity and supports internal stability. But here's the interesting part. When your body is slightly out of balance, you don't always feel it immediately. Instead, it shows up slowly, as fatigue, discomfort, or low energy. And now we're getting closer to something even more important, because the next one directly affects your brain. Salt. This is where things get controversial, because most people think they should reduce it as much as possible. But inside your body, sodium is absolutely essential. It controls nerve signals, it allows muscle contractions, and it regulates hydration inside your cells. Without enough sodium, your brain simply doesn't function at full capacity. You may feel mentally slow, less focused, physically drained. And here's something most people don't realize. Your body constantly loses sodium through sweat, stress, daily activity. So even if you think you eat normally, you might still be running low. And here's the key question. Could something so simple affect your mental energy every single day? Because the next item doesn't come from your kitchen at all. This next one is completely different. It doesn't enter your body, but it changes how your body reacts. Imagine this. No light, no heat, no control, just uncertainty. Something happens immediately. Your body doesn't wait for permission. It reacts. Stress hormones rise, heart rate increases, your system shifts into alert mode. And here's the surprising part. This response begins before you consciously feel stressed. So what do matches represent? Control. a simple way to create light, warmth, and safety. And that feeling of control directly affects your biology more than most people think. But now the final one is the most underestimated of all. Now we arrive at the last one, and this is the most important, but also the easiest to ignore, because its effects are not immediate. Your body runs on thousands of chemical reactions every single second, and every one of those reactions depends on vitamins and minerals. Without them, your body doesn't stop. It slows down, and this is where the problem begins. Because everything still works, just not at full capacity, so you might notice energy, but unstable sleep, but not refreshing food, but not fully satisfying. And here's the surprising part. Most people think this is normal, but often it's not normal at all. It's a gradual imbalance your body adapts to. Your system compensates, it adjusts, it keeps going, but underneath, performance slowly drops. And the most important detail? These small deficiencies often affect your brain first. Focus becomes weaker, decisions take longer, motivation becomes inconsistent, long before physical symptoms appear. We often wait for a major breakdown before we pay attention, but biology doesn't work in leaps, it works in whispers. When we ignore these loops, we create what scientists call biological debt. Your body begins to borrow energy from tomorrow just to get you through today. It pulls resources from your immune system to fuel your stress response. It sacrifices long-term repair for short-term survival. You don't feel it happening in a day, but over months and years, this debt accumulates until the system simply can't keep up anymore. The truth is, your body is in a constant state of silent conversation with itself. Every craving, every dip in afternoon energy, and every restless night is a data point. These aren't inconveniences, they are status reports. In an era of biohacking and complex supplements, we've forgotten that the most sophisticated technology on the planet is already inside you. It doesn't need more noise, it needs you to listen to the signals it's already sending. Because when you align these simple layers, energy, signaling, and stability, you aren't just surviving. You are finally giving your body the permission to thrive. And in today's world, this kind of stability is becoming rare. Everything is faster, more complex, more stressful. But your body doesn't need more complexity, it needs consistency. And most issues people experience don't come from something dramatic. They come from missing simple signals, over and over again. If this made you see your body differently, you can subscribe to Healthy Body Science. It's free, and it helps me continue creating this kind of content. And I'm curious, how many of these things did you already know? Because sometimes the smallest details change everything. I'll see you in the next video.